Lagosians, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It, the talk show by the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, where we talk about the myths, facts, and law on sexual and gender-based violence. I am Oyin Momo.
And I am Ikudaisi Oluwatobi.
And we are your hosts. So sit up and join the conversation. SGBV,
Let's talk about it.
You're welcome to today's episode. Today, we're talking about boys, men, how to engage them with this fight against SGBV. And we have an interesting personality. His name is Mr. Akinropo Akinola, a parenting and family development strategist. And he's also an author. The name of one of his books is Daddy, Where Are You? Mr. Akinropo, welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Thank you, Madam Oyin Momo. I think I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having me here.
Thank you very much, sir. So, Mr. Akinropo, would you like to give us a little bit about yourself? The viewers would like to know.
Okay, so once again, my name is Akinropo Akinola. I'm a parenting and family development strategist. So, one of those things, so let me just, give a brief history of what we do. Simple is this is what we started in 2011 officially, as in professionally. So we just discovered that there was a huge gap, among between the children and their fathers. So when we started, 2009, 2010, when we started going to schools, we discovered that when you go to schools, PTA, parent teacher association, that you get to see the ratio of fathers that will come to women, to mothers, is like, basically like 8-2 or even 9-1 in some cases. So we discovered that had a whole lot of responsibility, so much on the women, on the mothers in the house. When anything goes wrong with the children, it's the mothers they will face. Even when the children are not even paying the school fees on time, they say go and meet your mother. Even if the mother has to come for any complaint, if the parent has to be recalled, to come for any complaint, it's the mother that will always come. So mothers were so much in the process, so much responsibility, this culture that they are naturally nurturer. Mothers are naturally nurturers. That one had really relegated the responsibility of fathers, limited the responsibility of fathers to financial provision alone. That was how we were raised. Like, is this how you are going to take care of your children? You better have money. And when they see girls who were not in the kitchen with their parents, they said that, see, if you don't know how to cook, how will you cook to your husband? How will you take care of your husband? So we were raised with that mindset that women are supposed to be in the kitchen while men are supposed to go out there, to provide for the family. So even people like us, we grew up with that mindset until we had to change it. So we saw that gap, that fathers were not always out there, So that was then we started that, no, we are focusing on parenting and family. We are doing parenting and family, but with more focus, right, on fathers, where they have to be really involved. Fine, thank God, thank you, they provide for money, all those things, 5 to 9. Well, we thank you for that, but that does not limit the effort of your responsibility in the home to just the provision of money alone. So that was when we went all out, to talk to fathers. And by 2014, we started the monthly parenting seminar class, at Excellence Hotel here in Nogba. We're doing it free. And we did that for 3 years, 2014, April 2014 to around September 2017. So we now decided that, no, we're going to make this thing formal. That we want people to really enjoy, to know what and to make use of what they want to, the knowledge they need to pay. because if they pay, they will remember that they need to put it into use.
Value it more.
So that was when I gave birth to my first book, Daddy, Where Are You? It was actually a conversation, a light or mild conversation, quarrel between my wife and our son. My wife was in the kitchen cooking that day. I remember it was around 6 p.m. with our daughter. Our daughter was the first child. So my wife called the boy. What are you doing? Please join us in the kitchen. He was 10 then. I don't know where he learned the response he gave my wife. And he told my wife bluntly that, Mommy, no, if there's anything you want me to do, let me do it here in the parlor. That I'm not supposed to be in the kitchen. That boys and men are not supposed to be in the kitchen. So please, let me be here. So my wife was livid.
At 10.
Was livid. She called me immediately. And now, if I want to beat now, you'll be saying, don't be. Look at this thing, what this boy said. And I said, okay, give the phone to the boy. And the boy said, Daddy, yes, I've never seen you in the kitchen. And more so, it's even there in the social study that boys are not meant to be in the kitchen, that the responsibility of anything in the kitchen is for girls, for women. So I just said, don't worry. So immediately I got back that day, I told my wife, I'm sorry. I think I caused it because the guy had a valid point. That he had never seen me in the kitchen. And I told the boy, I said, I used to be in the kitchen at the early stage of our marriage, but now responsibility. The boy said, as far as I'm concerned, okay. I just told my wife, this is what we're going to do. It was a Thursday that day, and I told the boy that on Saturday, you and I will go to the market to buy everything and we will cook. He thought I was joking. So fortunately for us, but unfortunately for the guy, it was during the rainy season. So that Saturday, the whole place was wet, messed up. Bros, let's get into the car. He said we can get everything we want to buy in a nearby market. I said, no, let's go to the
major market.
So I dropped the guy to Abattoir market.
Wow.
Yes, because I really wanted him to learn in a harder way, because the way I was raised, immediately I saw that I was to beat him. Because how dare you behave like that to my wife? But if I beat him, right, what would have happened is, because he would not want me to continue to beat him, he will join. But he has not seen the experiential learning.
He hasn't learned.
He hasn't learned anything.
It was just punishment.
It was just punishment because he didn't want to be beaten again, so he was doing it. So experiential learning will only make him to self-correct. So if he had grown up, he married, the next thing to do is to tell the wife, Madam, please go and do this thing in the kitchen. So I once did it before, but the reason why I did was because my dad beat me. It's not something I really, because he will continue to say he never saw me in the kitchen. So I said, I wanted you to have this learning, experiential learning, and you have it. Not done. By the time we came down, the guy said we saw all those small girls, boys, roadside. And please take this, let me. My guy said, Daddy, we can send them to go and bring it now. I said, no. It's better you and I have that experience. Let's go. I made sure that I took him through
those corridors of the market.
We waded through the water, on that market, and we made sure that we priced everything very well. The guy still reminded me that, Daddy, are we done? I said, no. We're still coming next Saturday. They said, why can't we just buy everything that we need
at once
and put them in the
He started to understand that it takes a lot of mental work to do this.
I said, no, we're not going to do that. You don't know what is happening here. I want you to learn. He said, Dad, you are punishing me. I said, no, this is not a punishment. If it is punishment, I would have beaten you. I didn't beat you. I'm not going to do that. So let us do. So we repeated that for 6 times.
Wow.
Yes, please.
Beautiful.
Every Saturday, consecutively. We didn't miss any. Well, by the time, he wasn't really so happy the first day, the second, the third. But by the time for the fourth, it was one even came to wake me up.
Daddy, let's go.
It's time for market runs.
So, fifth, the sixth one, we were done. So the guy is 18 now. In January, he's 18 now. is a
I'm
good
sure
cook.
he can fend
He
for
can fend
himself.
for himself. He does everything. He prepares all those things for
And he
himself.
doesn't say the kitchen is for women.
So because of that experience, now gave birth to the book, Daddy, Where Are You? In the life of your children. Don't limit your involvement. Don't limit your relevance alone to just providing money. But there are some things, there are some values that if fathers don't really exhibit it, do it, live it, and allow the children to experience it, they will never grab it. So that's why we always say that there are some values, even not some, all values are taught, they are not taught. You can't teach any child any value.
Yeah.
They catch it. When they see you do it, they catch it. So that was what really led me into it. But guess what? It was when I went deep into it, that was when I realized, hello, I could recollect how I was raised, how I was brought up. There was no fatherly love, no fatherly involvement, no nothing.
It was more like a military.
It was, when my dad was talking, you don't have a say.
Right,
Who are you?
And that was the
Who are
common
you?
practice.
That was the common practice. The hallmark of being a good father then was for you to be feared by your children. So,
when they see daddy coming from afar.
So our fathers took pride in it then, that when they step into the house, then the children
must find their square roots.
Yes.
So, and when they now enter, they feel that, yes. I'm in charge.
The man of
I'm
the
the
house.
man of the house.
I'm still
So
in control.
they will now be calling, these children, where are you? So by the time we begin to come out one by one, I know now my dad, he felt so powerful then. He knew that, yes. At times he even be saying it, that I trust my children.
They dare not.
They dare not.
And there was a phrase I used to hear a lot. I'm a disciplinarian. I don't
take nonsense.
I don't take nonsense.
I don't take nonsense.
All those nonsense you don't take only survives as long as the children are under you. When they are no longer under you, that's when you will know whether they really fear you or
not.
they learn anything
from you.
So later you now get to know that it was just all about fear.
Yeah, not even respect.
Not even
Just
respect.
fear.
So immediately they leave the house. Bye.
Another character will come into
It happened to people like us now. When I was with my dad then, I was the most quiet in the house, in the family.
Wow. Not because you want
not
to be
because
quiet.
I wanted, because I tried, my parents, my mom had left my dad because my dad was a stark polygamist. So who cares? Well, if you leave, that's your business. So I was with my dad from 12 till 18. When I finished my WAEC, I had to go to meet my mom. But guess what? Those things I was not able to do when I was with my dad. That my dad will, nobody in our environment would dare say that it's me who did those things. They could swear that guy is quiet, but when I got to my mom, that was when I showed that
True colors
innocent woman, Shege Pro Max. And it was so tough to the extent that even my mom had to say that, please go back to where you came from. So when my dad heard about what happened, my dad was still saying that no, it could never be me. I know that boy now. It's because you spoiled him.
Now start blaming.
But somebody had to remind my dad it's a lie. The guy didn't do it because
he's afraid
of you. Not that the guy has learned any. So all those things that are suppressed within me,
He brought them out when we got to.
When I actually told my mom, I said, no, please take it easy. I couldn't do all these things when I was my dad. Then I would be here again. I wouldn't express myself. Well, please now, it's not done.
Wow. And I think this is also another reason why the fathers, the men will say, well, my method worked. Because when you were with him, you did not exhibit such traits. So you see, for them, they will not say, well, when he was with me, he didn't do it. So my fear method worked.
No,
but it didn't.
Every one of us.
It was just temporary.
Temporary. Every one of us who lived with my dad, immediately they stepped out, found
a new path.
Everything began, in his face, he saw it. That was years later, that was when he knew that it was all about fear. fear, not because we learned anything. And the same thing I always tell parents now, fathers, that please, our focus should not be immediate compliance from the children. No, not because, just like one of my coaches will always say, that when you see a child that when parents tell the child that, please, I'm going out now, this bottle of water that is there, please don't touch it. Allow it to be there. And the parents come back, and you still met that thing like that, then that child is either an angel or he or she has been suppressed. He or she has been suppressed that if you do that thing, I will break your head. And he doesn't want that thing to happen. So they leave it like that. So those are the things. And by the time these children, when they get to university, the freedom is there.
They let everything out.
So that's why we always preach, teach them, tell parents that please invest in restorative measures, restorative practices of discipline, educational discipline. Don't hype the punishment. Don't hype the fact that when you tell them not to do anything, they don't do it immediately, and you think you have walked at peace. Those guys are just buying your peace. They don't want mommy to shout. They don't want daddy to shout. So when you see a guy or a child that you keep reminding every day what they should do and they are not doing, please appreciate that child. The child needs to learn. Because there's a process. He wants to learn more. So that when he grows out of you, he can self-correct when he goes out. What makes a child, or a teenager to be away from their parent, and they invite them to all-night party, and he just says, no, I don't want to go. If he had done that in the home where he was coming from, he knew that the parent would beat him. But outside there, nobody, the parent will not know if he goes or not. So, but there's something that could have been inward. So there was something, let me share it. There was something a parent shared with me. He just called me, one of the fathers from our academy. So the boy, took permission to go out with another friend of his. All this evening program, is a party. But he told the parent that he will leave, he will go by 5 p.m. and will be back by 7:30, max 8 p.m. So when it was around 7:30, the guy now called his dad that is with the parents. Okay, now it's not his dad who took him there. He had to join another friend of his. His dad, the driver of the dad, now took them to that party. But when it was around 7:30, that was when they started after party.
Okay.
Then after party now, the main thing, after party will extend to like 10. But because this guy had promised his dad that max 7:38 he will be back. So he had to tell the dad that, Dad, I'm around now, please come and pick me in my friend's house. So when the dad got there, the dad wanted to thank his friend who came to pick him. The dad asked, where is so the guy is still there, because they just starting the after party. The man, so when they now got into the car, the man asked his son, why didn't you stay for the after party? He said, Dad, I promised you that I'll be back latest by 7:38. So, and I didn't need to call you for extension, because what we agreed was 7:30 to 8. So immediately they got home, the man called me that, thank you, sir, this thing is working. That I couldn't believe it. Imagine a guy, and the guy who stayed for the after party called his dad. That, Dad, there is after party. I'm not coming home now. So he had to release the driver to bring his own son back, and the driver now went back, stayed till around 10:30
to pick up the other.
To pick up. So the boy could have just told the dad that, please, now Daddy, there is after party, let me stay. But no, he took responsibility. That is what self-correction is all about. And this is what we are teaching the parents. We are telling them that it is not to coerce this guy. Don't be so fond of immediate compliance. Allow these guys, allow them to really own their responsibility, their
Yeah,
decision.
yes.
If they leave you today, would they be able to handle, to decide for themselves? So that's one of those things, many other things, who that led us into this assignment that we are doing. Though it looks like, when you begin to see things that happen every day, you begin to wonder that what are we still doing? Why is this still happening?
Yeah. Is society better?
Is society
Is it
better?
getting worse?
Is it getting worse? But I want to say that we are getting better. It wasn't like this 10 years ago. It wasn't like this 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. We never had anybody talking about parenting.
And even focusing on
Fathers.
Focusing, no.
Amen.
If there was a gathering where all this family talk was being handled at either mosque or church or some groups of people. But when you see people now go into that space that really want to take it as their main responsibility, to shape the society in the right way, I believe that we are getting better. We'll get there. We will continue to talk. And this is another beautiful program that Lagos State government is doing.
Yes.
It's a good one that a podcast like this is going to, because people need to keep hearing, see this all the time, because the people who are giving these guys, who are polluting, please permit me to say that they're not relenting. They keep pushing out content every day. Every day. So we must not relent. We must continue to push out our own right, positive content.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So thank you very much, sir. This will lead us to the main talk for today, which is on sexual and gender-based violence.
Yes.
So my question is this: how important is it to involve men and boys on talks on sexual and gender-based violence?
Okay, yes, it is important, because every religion that I've come across, right, there is a huge responsibility of leadership on men. So it's not about whether feminism or those things. No, that one is divine. So if the responsibility of leadership in the home is rested upon men, then it has to start from childhood. I always tell people that leadership ability does not trust on any child. On any adult. It starts from the beginning. So when you see a boy who doesn't, respect the dignity of a woman, as a child, right? Before that child, when he becomes a man, before he could respect the dignity of another woman, it will take a miracle. Maybe something had taken place.
Because those stages for learning has been passed.
Has been, because that is what culture is all about. That is what value is all about. It is what he lived with. And he will tell you, yes, just like my son. My son said he never saw his dad in the kitchen. So if he grows up and goes to visit any of his friends, when the friend is in the kitchen, he sees that like, hello, what is happening? Abnormal.
Yeah.
How can you be in the kitchen? You're not supposed
When
to
your
be in
wife
the
is
kitchen.
out, when your wife is out there, what's the meaning of that?
So when people, when they define, value, culture, we must be careful. Is that culture right? Is that value right? So it is what every child has been filled with that will regurgitate out when they grow up. So that is the reason, one of the reasons why we have to involve men and boys, and that's number one. Then number two is when you look at the statistics, you see most men, that they are the perpetrators of.
Yes, this violence. Yeah.
Not all men, right? But most men. When you read, you always see them there. So it is better they are involved, so that they know that now the whole eyes on them. And what are they going to do to change the data?
Yeah.
So that is why, one of the reasons why they have to really be involved in it.
Wow.
Then again, don't let me forget this, the culture of the society also.
Yes.
There is this culture, you mentioned it the other time about the masculinity stuff. You know, there is always, it's not a game now, there is a word, there is an agenda for everything, you know, for every negative content they want to bring out, you know, all those guys. There is an agenda. One day, my son showed me, you know, he was playing the PS4, that was about 3 or 4 years ago, was playing it. And you know, when they play all those games, there is always one obscene video that will just pop out.
Yes.
So my son will, anytime that thing pops on, you know, we just take it out, neglect. So there was one. Those guys are so smart, you know, the people who configured the game. So once they see that you're just ejecting it, at a point, that thing will just flash out that until you take a moment to watch, it will go. So that day, my son told me that he doesn't. I said, please, let's see. There was a violent-based sex in that. So what they're saying is, you can even do all those things violently. You know, they're teaching them how to rape, So there is always the culture of masculinity, meaning that when I'm talking as a man, you are a girl, you don't talk.
Unhealthy, toxic masculinity.
Yes, toxic masculinity. You don't talk.
When I'm talking.
You don't talk. There was a place I went to, a school. You know, I just threw a question across to them. Oh, me. A boy in my front saw a girl raise her hands up. The boy did like this. You know, subconsciously.
They are talking. You
put your hands. And that singular action made me leave the topic I prepared. I just took permission from the administrator who invited me. I said, Madam, I'm sorry, we have to change the content now. Let us deal with this thing that happened. Then I asked the boy, why did you shut her down? And I said that I was by her side. Then I've discussed what I wanted to say with her. They were in SS2, not children, not pupils. They were in SS2. He said he had already discussed it with her, and I've told her that I'm going to be the one that will say it. So I said, anybody could have said it now, different perspective. The boy said, no, I'm a man. You should give me that honor. That was the statement the guy said. I am the man here. You should give me that honor. What is that? He was even trying to, and I brought the two of them out. Let us talk. What is it? From what perspective are you coming from? From what? So that was how we changed the topic.
Yes, that day.
On that day, all the boys in that place, I told them to clean the chairs for all the girls. Henceforth, when you come into the class, you should be the one that will welcome the girls into the class, and you should be the one to welcome them on their seats.
Switched
Yes.
it up for them.
So the masculinity culture, you know, is one of the it's one of the factors that makes any man or anybody to feel that every woman should be subjected to me, or that makes them to even think far to say any woman they see is an object.
Yes.
For their pleasure.
For their pleasure.
For whatever
they want.
their use.
So that is the reason why men and boys need to be involved in this.
So I quickly want to ask this question before we wrap up for today's episode. There are issues on bride price. The concepts behind that.
Bride price.
Or whatever name it's called.
Dowry.
Owori.
Something on top of your head.
Is that not a leverage to perpetrate sexual and gender-based violence?
Well, it shouldn't be really, because when you look at the dowry, I think it's something that God really ordained. I believe so. I can't remember that passage in the Bible now. There was a place where the dowry was really paid. It's just a token to appreciate the family you are marrying from.
But you know, a lot of people miss.
Exactly. That is the level I'm going now. So in 2017, I was, with my team, we went to Imo State. In conjunction with, there is this family stuff, development stuff that these people are doing, the Catholic. So we did it in conjunction with them. We went on a parenting expedition to Imo State. And there was one king in one of the villages there. He was part of the people who spoke. And the man stood up. He was warning his kinsmen and other kings that please, that is disturbed by the level of money involved in the dowry. The man said, he was not even talking about the Bible, he was just talking about the tradition. He said what they handed over to them was a token. Just to appreciate the family you are married from. He said, where did you people get these millions from, that the person that is coming to marry our daughter must buy 20 cows, must clothe every father in the house. Then again, when they have someone, maybe a village head who is dead, that he must even perform rituals
for the person.
Where did they get all those things from? The man said after that he's extending the conversation, to the village, that please let us stop selling our daughters. So to me, I don't have anything against dowry, the bride price, but don't let it look like a burden on the men or the families of the men who are coming to marry. Because everything that involves you, almost everybody will always know now that this thing looks like a punishment to me. This thing looks like exploitation. This thing looks like a body to me. And that is why you can't really. There's something we believe, right, that nobody has the right to determine the response of somebody who is hurt.
Agreed.
You don't have the right to determine
the response.
The response is hurt already. So even after he married the lady, and the lady behaved somehow, the man,
after everything I went through, I borrowed money to marry you.
So there is a tendency for him, to want to leverage the response, to sort the issues between him and the wife. There is likely an attempt to want to go into that. That's why, though, in Yoruba land, they always say, when they bring, when the bride price, they return it. But I always say that, how much is the bride? Well, if you want to return everything now, return the yam, return the bottles of wine, all those things, and everything. So I think I believe the dowry should continue, but it shouldn't be a way to exploit the intending husband.
Exactly.
Let it be like something to appreciate.
Because once you make it transactional from that level,
so they feel it's the marriage itself is transactional.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we've come to.
I have one quick question before we wrap up. On a light note, you talked about self-correction.
Yes, please.
And you told us about your background. Yeah. How did you self-correct?
Wow. Important.
Before we wrap up, if you can just do it. I know we're almost out of time.
Okay. This is it. Every man, immediately you cross age 25, right? You hold nobody apology for your behavior again, and you hold nobody to take responsibility for your action. So everything that happens once you are 25 above, you take responsibility. So this is what happened. And then you could have just said that maybe what's the turning point for me? A lot of challenges I battled through. I didn't get to know most of these challenges until I was about 40. Then the question should have been, what was I doing when I was 25, 30, 34? What was I doing? I was just groping in the dark. I didn't know anything.
No.
So it was when I was climbing 40, that was when my self-discovery began. Then I invested in myself. A lot of training, retraining, learning, relearning, unlearning.
Sure.
That is one of the reasons I follow Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, on YouTube, yes, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Let me hear something new again. What are the ways for me to really, because, something that has stayed with you for almost 35 years, it may take like forever before you
take it out of
unlearn them.
Yeah.
So almost every day, not almost, every day, I renew my mind. I try to check myself. And again, this is one of those things we can do as adults. For every behavior that we see our children display, they pick it from us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another way for you to check yourself again. What is it that I'm going to do? So it's simple. You know where you are going as an adult. Write everything down on the right. Then how you were raised.
Write it
Right on the left. Then you begin to cancel them.
So
all these things that you were raised with, do they have a pointer to where you are going? A positive direction? Can they deliver unto you the vision you set for yourself? So if they can't deliver now, the next thing for you to do is just to cut them off. It could be difficult, but every man out there, please subject yourself to critical scrutiny. Find somebody to mentor you. Find somebody to mentor you. Don't neglect, right? Don't neglect learning. Don't neglect unlearning. Everything that you thought you have learned is not all you need. There is more to learn. And there is something I always say again, and I want to say it to round off. Everybody will always say that all those things, this is how I was raised, and that is why I am who I am today.
Yeah.
Who told you that who you are today is the best version of
yourself?
How about you rededicating your life to scrutiny, to coaching, to mentorship, to learn more? Knowledge is liberal now. Even if you don't have money to go for training, go to YouTube. There are many messages, many things there, to unlearn yourself. It is better, and we must be able to do that, to live the best stage for our children. And the last thing I want to say is this. When we are looking for who to choose as an ambassador against sexual violence, it is not always about somebody who is popular, but it has a lot to do with the lifestyle of that person. Let us watch out, because what our children see is still the same thing they want to exhibit in everything they do. These children, they know what they want, and they know when they see lopsidedness in the conflicting, that's why they will always challenge their parents. The children we have now, they are so expressive, and we tell them, don't be aggressive, be expressive. If you see me do anything that you don't like, just let me know. You communicate with me, so we can do better.
And we are doing better.
And we are doing better.
Thanks to people like you.
So, thank you very much, sir, Mr. Akintoye, for this wonderful, wonderful session. It's been lovely to have you here with us. Oika.
All right. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been entertaining. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing so much about yourself. We learned a lot from this, and I'm sure the viewers also took a lot of learning home.
Absolutely.
So, boys, men, it's time for you to unlearn
Yes.
and relearn
Relearn.
and begin to join this fight against SGBV. So, see you next week. And this remains
Let's talk about it.